Welcome to our awards ceremony for our launch competition. My name is Jana Carole, and I am the education coordinator for the Ashland Independent Film Festival. We're here today with the winners of the 4 categories of the student launch competition, whose films you have just seen along with the other finalists. Our student launch program has its own jury, just like the regular competition in our film festival. This jury screens dozens of submissions from 7 counties in and around Ashland. And from all of those, they call the finalists and they decide within that pool who they think are the best entries in each category. We see films from every genre, every style of filmmaking, filmmakers of nearly every age, from kindergarten through college age. And it really isn't an easy decision. The finalists all did an incredible job. And for their efforts, all of the finalists get some vouchers for the Ashland Independent Film Festival, our virtual festival this year. Our 4 winners that you see here will get full passes to AIFF's 2020 virtual festival, and also a cash award. So this, I would like to introduce here today our representative from Rotary Club of Ashland Lithia Springs, and they for many years have generously donated the cash award, which will go to each of the winners in each category. It's a $200 award, and Jerry Kenefick is here to give that award to each of our winners. Jerry, take it away.
Hello. The motto of our Rotary Club is Kids First, our commitment to the future. We strongly believe that the youth in the Rogue Valley is important, and so we support them in a variety of ways, including this launch program for AIFF, and also with AIFF's Teen Press program, where young people get to become journalists and interview the filmmakers. So for the launch program, the first award is for the winner of our elementary age group of kindergarten through 5th grade. This award goes to a filmmaker who gave us all a view inside the dream life of a cat, the whimsical adventure of Humphrey. And the award is for Grace Snyder. And Grace, here is your check, right here, made out for you. The next award is the winner of the middle school category of 6th through 8th grade. This filmmaker took us all to a battle of outer space featuring a variety of Lego characters in Meanwhile in Space. And this award goes to Aden Maloney. Aden, you also get a nice check.
Aden.
The high school award is an unusual film that pushes the envelope of what an audience can expect from a student filmmaker, with an extraordinary experimental piece with no dialogue, just visual images set to electronic music. The winner is Jordan Mavromatis, and since even Jordan can't tell us how to pronounce the name of the film, we're just going to call it Zika. It's a very complicated title. Jordan,
Hey, Jordan,
you also get a check. And finally, in the college category is writer, director, editor, actor, all around everything, for The Dangers of Narration, a student from Southern Oregon University, Zachary Vandehey. And here's your check. Thank you all. You all did a fabulous job.
And don't worry, you guys, they might look like virtual checks, but they really are going to be in the mail soon.
Thank you, Jerry.
So we wanted to give, and thank you very much, Jerry, and the entire Rotary Club of Ashland Lithia Springs for your generous donation. We want to give the audience, ooh, then, well, that was good timing.
Not on my end.
I thought it was just a parade outside for you guys. So I do want to give our audiences an opportunity to get to know all you filmmakers a little bit better. So I prepared just a question or 2 for each of you to help everybody get to know a tiny bit of background about these 4 winning films. I'll start with you, Zach. And I think it's rather obvious that you are a true auteur director in that you did write and conceive and act in, edit everything except the camera work in The Dangers of Narration. What I found really amusing about it is that we tend to watch films or commercials or TV shows that have this voiceover narration that we just kind of take for granted, and you kind of did a send-up of that and made it pervasive in your own life. Can you tell us where you got that idea and how it came about?
Yeah, so I am a movie file, and I watch movies all the time. Right now, I am super into Disney movies. In Disney movies, they have these very romanticized ideas of narration and omniscient, exposition. So I figured, oh, everyone would love to have a soundtrack to their life, a narrator to tell them, what's right from wrong, what they're doing. So I figured, put it in, see how it works. Oh God, this is not, oh no, stop, please. I thought that was a hilarious idea. So I just went with it, tried to be absurd with it. And as far as doing things myself, I had one scene outside at the very beginning. I needed someone to film. I have two great friends for both of my films. I just texted them literally, hey, do you have 30 minutes to hold a camera? And thankfully they both said yes, and they both have steady hands. So thank goodness.
It's great. And it is pretty great the way it starts out, just as sort of a light comedy, and you do kind of see the horror elements of it within a minute or so.
Yeah.
And I should mention that Zach also had another finalist film in the series that you just saw, and it similarly, you did perform many roles. Can you tell us about that briefly, Zach?
Yeah, so that one, I love driving, and I am technically a polite driver. I do things, I'm a predictable driver. But sometimes when you do things even objectively fine, objectively totally suitable for driving, people get angry. People find reasons to get angry. So I figured put it in a satire, try and put their thought processes into words, and it turned out as ridiculous as it sounds. So that angry driver's not a comedy. That is a commentary on real life.
It's true. We've all known that guy. So
right.
Thanks for reminding us to be polite drivers, and congratulations on your win.
Thank you so much. Very appreciated.
I think that we'll go to you next. You're our high school category winner. I have to say, having looked at launch films for many years, yours truly is one of the most unique films that I have seen. It resists category. Many would call it an experimental or an art film. No dialogue, as Jerry mentioned. And can you tell us where you got the idea of creating this film? Oh, not getting your audio, Jordan. Oh. Yeah.
Does this mic work?
Yep, gotcha.
Like a bunch of different mics because I downloaded something and it's strange. Anyway, I got the inspiration, like, as a child. Fantasia was one of my favorite films. Like, music sync has been a really huge interest of mine for, well, like half my life. And so it's sort of just what I went into, just getting something for a class. And the teacher liked it and told me to submit it. And
one of the things that came up when the jury was discussing your film was the complexity of trying to sync the music with those abstract visuals. I don't know if it's even possible to describe how you went about doing that syncing.
yeah, it is a little hard to describe. Who is that go? It's a little hard to describe because of, like, it is hard to describe the process for that, yeah.
Technique, yeah.
But this was my first thing even ever doing in any Adobe program, like video program, professional video program in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So I just have a history of music sync stuff that I've been doing for a while, and the music itself comes from two of my friends.
Oh, nice.
I didn't make it, but two of my friends did.
Uh-huh.
And
So
so,
you started with their music and then added your
mhm.
visuals?
Yeah.
Well,
I just told them to make me something because my idea was we're just gonna make some kind of music video. Almost the entire thing is 3 parts. There's this one picture of a turkey that was on the computer, like a plastic turkey in the classroom. There was this shot I took, just this one like long shot of just the top of the building, which is most of it, just mirrored and distorted. And then there was a small snow thing I put in there too because it had snowed and I wanted another thing for another sound.
great. Well, your results were fabulous, and I think all of the jurors are hoping that they'll see more films from you. I know you other winners, you haven't really seen the other winning films yet. So when the virtual festival rolls, you'll know a little bit more about it, and I hope you'll watch each other's films. So Aden, you're not new to the student launch competition. You've done this once before. I think it was also a stop action with Lego characters, right? Can you tell us why these Lego characters capture your imagination?
So my previous film, Magic versus Melee, I thought, I kind of just come up with ideas in my brain. I write them down, and then sometimes I just create stop motions out of them. And I heard about this film festival from my mom, and I decided, what the heck, I'll enter it, and I ended up winning.
Thanks, Mom.
I
Thanks,
have a
Mom.
YouTube
Moms are good.
channel that I brick films on. I use 2 types of things. I use this one Halo Mega Blocks, and then the other just Lego minifigures. Yeah, the Legos, they're usually easier to animate because they have less articulation, but they're easier to create things with. So I just decided that I mainly use those.
Yeah, I think you've discovered pretty quickly in stop motion that the simplified movement actually allows you to finish a film, right?
Yes.
It's a lot. How long would you guess it took you to make that film?
I'd say it took like a couple weeks, but I wasn't working the entire time. So it probably took around like at most 7 hours.
Oh, wow. That's impressive. And you did write a script for it before you ever started rolling?
I actually don't usually write a script. It's kind of improv, I guess you would call it, like improvisation. Sometimes I write a script, but not usually. I don't know why.
Sometimes that means a little more time in editing when you don't write it in advance.
Yes.
Thanks. You did a fabulous job, as you did last year with the submission that you made, and looking forward to seeing other films from you, Aden.
Thanks.
So Grace, last and certainly not least, is our youngest filmmaker who, as a cat lover, I don't know if you can see, I have a cat. I have a couple that are being locked out, or else they'd also be on camera. But I did appreciate the fact that you decided to get inside of your cat Humphrey's brain. And I'm sort of curious about that stream of consciousness. You created an incredible image of our main street of Ashland. And I'm just wondering how you came about to have that particular idea for your cat fantasy.
My dog really likes to bug the cat, and he's always like sleeping, and and she just wakes him up, and he gets really annoyed, and I don't know, kind of just like, what's he thinking about the dog?
But they did have quite an adventure there with a butterfly too, right? I mean, you had a cast of characters.
Yeah.
Driving a car. Don't give my cat any ideas. So what, Grace, would you tell other filmmakers around your age if they were thinking about making a film? Do you have any advice for them?
Just like save it. Took me like 6 months because I just kept deleting it over and over. And yeah.
So yours was a drawn sort of almost like a flip book style animation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you use a special program to create that?
Yeah, it's called like Flip a Clip.
Uh-huh. And that makes it easier than trying to do all of those little drawings laboriously without any reproduction ability.
Yeah, because you can like copy the photos and easier.
Yeah. Well, you did a fabulous job. I hope that you and Humphrey will collaborate perhaps in the future for greater cat adventures. Again, thank you, Jerry and the Rotary Club of Ashland Lithia Springs. And for those of you out there watching all of this, if you know a budding filmmaker or if you are one yourself, please consider entering the Student Launch Program next season. You can make the film anytime, starting today. The submissions aren't open for the 2021 season, but when they do become open, any film made this year will qualify for next year's film festival. So if you have time over the summer, if you are getting cabin fever during pandemics and want to make a little film at home, anything that you do right now, right up to our submission deadline, would qualify. You could be one of those winning filmmakers. So we hope we'll see more of you out there. If you want to see more of the details about the Student Lunch Program, you can find out more of that with some questions and answers that are on the ashlandfilm.org website. And meanwhile, we hope all of you will spend a lot of time at our virtual festival this year for AIFF. And it's been great having you all here. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Hey, all of
you.
you.
Congrats, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.